Welcome back. It's time for our Thursday segment, Felipa's Flix, where acclaimed film critic Felipa Solis talks about anything and everything movies, Carla.
That's right. And this morning we talk about historic actresses and how they have made an impact on the world of film. Check it out. To another episode of Felipa's Flix. I am, of course, joined here by Felipa Solis. She is an acclaimed movie critic, and we're here to talk about movies, more specifically 1940s power women. Felipa, I love that you even had this idea to talk about it, because I'm very curious. I know very little.
Women we're talking about, they were powerful women and on top of their game. They were not viewed in any way, shape, or form as even being evil or weak. They were strong, and it was very important that at that time that women were seen that way. So we can start off with something like one of my all-time favorite films, Casablanca, and that starred Ingrid Bergman as Ilsa. She's with a man who's possibly one of the most powerfully strong men working to defeat the Nazis and fascism in World War II. And here there's a man she fell in love with who also had that same kind of trajectory. But what does she do? Who does she stay with? How does she stay strong and live and be comfortable in her own skin with the man that she loves and the man that she admires? It's an incredible film.
Another one on your list is also Joan Crawford. Tell me more about her and her significant role.
Mildred Pierce is the story of a woman who is basically kind of a stay-home mom, and how she has to deal with love, with death, with success, with tremendous tragedy and murder, and how Mildred has to pick up from her bootstraps to make herself that powerful lady. She was nominated for an Oscar for that film, and she won. Judy Holliday was an incredible star on Broadway, and there was an incredible play. I use incredible a lot because it's a great adjective for Judy Holliday, and it was called Born Yesterday. And basically, this is a person who just doesn't have any education. She doesn't have any money, who clearly falls for a man who is a multi-millionaire, kind of a bad guy, and this person helps her come out of her skin and realize, the more I read, the more I know, the better I'm going to be as a human being, and I don't need to be in this abusive scenario. There was a time, and this was during the war and even post-World War II, where all of the promotion of a woman was being at home and being a stay-home mom. And then you had so many women who were so powerful during the time of the war, triumph over tragedy, and who were strong in the time, and how their strength made them better.
Felipa, that is some amazing insight. Definitely have a long list now to watch some of these films. They all sound very amazing. Thank you once again for joining us here. And thank you everyone for joining us for another episode of Felipa's Flix. We'll see you next week.
Tell you what, talk about strong women in their prime. Felipa Solis.
Felipa Solis,
right there you go.
It is. This was actually her idea to talk about this. She was inspired because I actually posted something, and she was like, we should talk. Instagram. Yeah, we should talk about this. But I just love how still to this day we see the progression of female characters in films and how they're getting more complicated and just more deep than they used to be.
I mean, it all started right there, right? These complex, these deep female characters. It all traces back to this film to the 1940s, and a lot of those are still hits today. They got such good staying power.